guys, welcome to Silver Lake. It is the second week of March. We have beautiful 60+ weather. Today we're gonna take a quick peek, like a pre-spring inspection, just to check what's the food situation and if the queen is laying, and just see how they survived the winter. We still have some wraps that we did for windbreak, some older boxes that have holes in them, but we're not going to remove this yet and check the bottom board and do a complete spring inspection till we have a little bit consistent, nicer weather and nice weather at night. Next week, our forecast is showing again it's going to get cold, around upper 30s, low 40s. They're not out of the winter yet, but bees are using days like this, these nice days, to fly out. As you can see, they're bringing lots of pollen. So let's take a look at a few hives and see how they're doing. Okay. So what we have here is the hive that we added spring patty with a little bit of pollen. You can see how bees, they consumed almost like 90%, I would say. They love it. So you can see they're taking it really good. And this is the hive with two big frames, two double deep frames in the middle, so the cluster is in the middle. So let's see how they did. Like I said, we're not gonna do like inspection, you know, remove every frame and check the bottom board and everything. We're just gonna see the queen is laying, and you can see there's still food on the end frames. I'm gonna move these guys a little bit. Okay, they're bringing in some pollen and using the pollen patty. As you can see on these other frames, there's still some food, but right here, this is a new pollen they're bringing in, which is really good sign. You really want to see them bringing in pollen from outside. Wow, there's a lot of pollen. So pretty soon we're gonna equalize, and the hives that have, you know, too much, like there's never too much, but if they have a lot of resources, and we're gonna move frame of pollen or frame of food to the other hives that need it. Instead of feeding them, we're gonna just share resources with other hives. Okay, let's check the big frame. Oh, there's queen right there. Hi, girl. Yeah, she's laying. You can see this frame is not, they didn't fill all the way to the bottom, but they use their honey domes above the brood. So it's a good thing that we added a patty to help them a little bit. So Queen is here. We're going to put her back right away. We don't want to disturb them anymore. So we can see that she's laying. They have food. And they're bringing in a lot of pollen. And they still have food and frames. So this hive is doing really good. Came out of winter really good. The next thing what we're gonna do with this hive is remove this cover and clean the bottom board and spray them with probiotics and use Nosebit for nosema to prevent nosema, and they're really good to go. So I'm gonna put this last frame back. Good numbers, good queen. Yeah, this hive is really good. As you can see from this hive, that those two double deep frames did their job and kept the brood and the winter cluster right in the middle of the hive. It didn't move left or right and use resources from other frames. It just stayed in the middle of the hive. And because they have went through their honey domes, we added spring patty and helped them a little bit. But there are some, a lot of hives that we didn't intervene at all. We left them in first week of August, and this is the first time that we opened them. We didn't feed them sugar syrup during fall, and we didn't use winter patties or spring patties. So this is the first time we're opening them, and I'll show you those hives. Okay, so this hive we also added spring patty. As you can see, they used it a lot, so they really like this. And for the recipe, I made a video about this, so you can check out how to make these spring patties. So this one, the end frame is almost completely empty. What we are doing today is just go to see where the brood is and if the queen is laying. That's my goal, just to see. Yeah, this one's full of honey. And also I like to add this spring patty, and it's not necessary, for a lot of hives, but I want to have these honey frames when I pretty soon gonna split the hives and make nukes, expand the apiary or have extra nukes. As you can see, it's full. Yeah, this is all pollen, fresh pollen they're bringing in, and it's right next to brood. So queen is laying. There's a lot of larvae and eggs. We don't want to search, for the queen. As long as we see eggs and larvae, we're good. So our inspection will end right here with this hive. She's got a lot of bees, healthy bees. That smell is wonderful when you open this hive, and that smell of propolis and new pollen they're bringing in. Oh, I love it. This hive is healthy and good to go. So there's no need at this time, because it's going to be some bad weather next week. We don't want to disturb them too much and open every frame. As long as there's queen and she's laying, there's a large population, they're bringing in pollen, that's all I want to see. Yeah, this hive used all the spring patty, and you can see there's a large number of bees. Yeah, occupying all the seams. So pretty soon this hive will need to be. What we're gonna do is put the bottom box, it's probably empty, on top of this one, and then put one frame of brood in that upper box to help bees move up, and that's coming soon. We have beautiful weather this year. This winter's been really warm. This hive doesn't have double deep frames. It's a regular hive, and this one overwintered with all 10 frames. I like to have 9 frames in the upper box, but sometimes, yeah, there's new nectar and pollen coming in. We're not feeding them. Yeah, sometimes they don't need extra feed, and I mean everything is expensive nowadays, and it adds up, like in the spring. And now, you know, they're bringing, if they bring enough pollen, why put, you know, pollen patty? But as you can see, this is all new pollen. They still have food. You can see a lot of bees down in the bottom box. So everything this year looks like it's early, so we're gonna need to split our bees really early this year because everything is warmer. We're not used to this. So you can see a nice pattern. She's really nice queen. Look at that, beautiful. Oh, there's queen right here.
Oh, yeah.
Well, okay, we won't disturb these bees any more. There's queen laying tons and tons of bees. Man, when this brood hatches, it's gonna be amazing. It's gonna be ready. Okay, so what we're gonna do now is gonna take a look at the hive that we didn't add any food. In August, we removed the honey supers from this hive, and we treated for mites, and we left it alone. This is the first time we're opening, so no patty, no sugar bricks, no dry sugar mountain camp or whatever. No extra feed at all. So I'm just going to show you how the hive looks like. It looks like their cluster is going a little bit to the left. So, and I can see a lot of honey in these frames. So if this is out of food, we're gonna move one frame of honey here on this side. These are the things that I like, genetics. I like the bees that don't need any help as far as emergency food, taking care of them. So I like them to take care of themselves, especially if you're not planning to expand or sell extra bees. Why would you encourage them to rear additional brood and feed them and spend money on food, feeding sugar syrup during fall, and then during the winter patty, extra sugar on top, then spring patty, and now they're bringing in natural pollen. They don't even need substitute at all. The best food for them is their own honey and their own pollen. This winter's been mild, so it means they used a lot more food than they usually do during the winter. So when it's cold and they're clustered, they don't use as much food as in this warm winter. They move a lot and use. So I left them enough food for them to survive without our interruption, without our help. As you can see, there's a lot of honey in this hive. Yeah, this one is empty, so they used this one. Yeah, it's full frame of honey. And see, this is the, look, it's like 3 full frames. Why would I put patty? I don't understand. So I don't understand why would I spend extra money to leave them patties and just leave them alone, you know. 3 nights and leave plenty of food and they're good. They don't need nothing extra. And these are what I said about the big frames. This is what I mean. Look at this. Look at this. Would you spend additional money and put sugar on top of them? And they don't need nothing. See? Look at that. They can't use this. Even if they have these 2 full frames, they will survive the whole winter with these 2 full frames. And they have all these extra food. And queens that I run, they know when to slow down and when to. Now she's gonna start producing a lot of brood, but during the winter she really slows down and they go broodless. Yeah. Oh, there's queen right there. Nice pattern. It's gonna get cold. I'm not gonna do this now, but next time when I check these bees, I'm gonna move these 2 frames on this side of the double frames. So that way it's gonna be in the middle, but not now. Right now I'm gonna leave everything. Just maybe this last frame, if it's out of honey, I'm gonna put the full frame of honey there. And you can see a lot of brood, a lot of larvae, eggs right now, and it's pollen all around the brood. So she's gonna start really a brood production. Yeah, it's all brood. Brood. There's a lot of pollen and honey next to the brood, so that's good. And a lot of food. Yeah, so as you can see, with these double deep frames, it really helps the bees stay right here during the winter and provides a lot of food for them throughout the winter. They didn't go through their honey domes or nothing, so I'm not gonna put any additional feed for them. Not in the spring and not in the fall. So they'll take care of themselves. Okay guys, that should be all for this video. So we did check a few hives. We checked hives that we added patty, and we checked the hives that didn't need any of our help. We checked hives with double deep frames in the middle. So this is just a quick check, and I'm gonna go through the rest of them. Just showed you a few hives. Not gonna disturb them too much. I would say that experiment with 2 double deep frames during the winter really works. Everything that I thought how it's gonna work, it did work like that. Next inspection, I'm gonna go through detailed spring inspection and see exactly and clean the bottom board and remove this wrap around them. And I'm gonna check my single hives and prepare for the spring ahead. So I hope your guys' bees survive the winter. I wish you all the best and lots of honey this year. Thank you all for watching. See you next time.